947 Drive with Tando.
This is 947.
So I've got to say, there's all sorts of references within the film. You seem to sort of look at everything else within the industry. I mean, you've got a Game of Thrones reference, you've got Fast and Furious. I think there might have been even a My Little Pony thing going on in there.
Pretty much, yeah, we got unicorns and stuff. And
Question is, I mean, with the kids, how are they supposed to save the world if they're constantly watching TV?
yeah, I mean, when we start out in the movie, they're not that great at saving the world. There's some friction there. They don't really quite work well together, but that's sort of what the movie is about, where they have to like learn to be superheroes, and especially Shazam. He has to kind of grow up for real in this movie.
Did you grow up fixated with superheroes? I think a lot of people are comic book mad.
Yeah, I wasn't like hardcore deep into it. Like I liked the sort of the main ones like Superman and Spider-Man, and Tim Burton's Batman came out when I was like 8 or something, which was like the perfect age. So I love that stuff, but I don't really know like the more obscure ones.
Have people almost expected you to change that now that you're involved within a comic book franchise?
Kinda, yeah.
That they expect you suddenly to be an absolute wizard with it, and that you have to be...
Yeah, although I did a quiz earlier with someone with like a DC quiz about character stuff, and I did really well. So it's like, maybe I am a bigger nerd than I thought.
Just subtly put it in there, so slowly learn things about it.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've been in the game a lot longer than just DC.
Yeah, a lot longer. I had 2 movies before the Shazam movies, but yeah.
Specifically, though, within the horror scene, it was always quite dark and quite heavy, some of the stuff that you had. Did you find that, I mean, this is quite a light-hearted film. Did you almost unintentionally sometimes take it towards a bit more of an intense vibe?
Yeah, not unintentionally, but intentionally, yeah. No, I mean, I there's a little there's horror stuff in here, too, as like it was in the first one with like the boardroom and like my wife, turning into a skeleton in the first one. No, but I think you need little stuff like that in these movies to like have a real sense of threat or a real sense of danger. And yeah, I just love horror, and I get to play with monsters,
Who doesn't love that? Look, one of the things you say, real sense of threat, real sense of danger.
Yeah.
Everyone always turns around and says how difficult it must be for actors to deal with CGI characters.
Yeah.
And monsters and a lot of the time the villains as well are sort of augmented by it. How do you as a director turn around and create something where you in your mind's eye know where it's going, but in the real world it just doesn't exist?
Yeah, I mean, we have some things on set. Like of all the monsters we built, full-size heads to have on set for like lighting reference and things, but also to show the actors of like, this is what you're facing. And then you have guys in these gray spandex suits, hire, really tall guys to be like minotaurs and stuff, so they can walk around on set and going like, rah, and picking people up. And so you try to have as much physical stuff on set as possible, and then you have to show actors, concept art and things like that. Like, this is what you're actually seeing, and trust that they can imagine that.
Well, the problem is it is imagining. I mean, Minotaur, terrifying, man in a spandex suit, a little bit less.
It was pretty tall, though. He could kick your ass.
Doesn't matter that it's in spandex.
No. I mean, that's the most terrifying thing, right? Being beaten up by a man in weird spandex. I don't know.
How do you then tell people that it happened?
Yeah.
With DC, one of the benefits of it is that there's always crossover. It's like that archetypal that people expect there to be stuff that comes in from other films. Yeah. So take your director hat off. If you're going to look as a fan, what would you love to see happen in upcoming movies? Like what sort of partnerships would you love to see?
Well, I'd like to have Shazam meet a lot of people. I mean, he's like a Superman fan. I mean, not as big of a Superman fan as Freddy, but he's up there. I mean, he wants to meet a lot of people in the DC. I mean, he's already meeting some people. I'm like, what can I give away here? Yeah. No, but it's like, I think there's, it would be fun to see him with all of the Justice League. And, I wanted to put like a Detective Chimp
something
reference
different
in this one. Yeah, but I wasn't legally allowed to.
Just do it subtly.
I can't get away with it. I put in like a Watchmen reference in the first movie, and then legal came to me. It's like, you can't do that without talking to us first, because it's like all rights and things. But yeah.
So I guess we're just going to have to watch for all the Easter eggs and see what else we can spot.
Yeah.
Love the film, and definitely one of those I can't wait to see how it does out there and people's reactions to it. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
947 Drive with Tando.
This is 947.